E-commerce in France. Some of its facts: Paris is the capital. Over 65 million people live in France. The GDP was $2.712 trillion. The per capita is $42,793. The exchange rate of a US dollar to the euro was 0.718 in 2011. The inflation rate is 1.9% as of June. As far as trade goes, exports equaled to $595 billion and included items such as automobiles, iron and steel products, cosmetics such as perfume and makeup, and many other things as well. We have the labor force. The services labor force is equal to 71.8%. The industry is 24.3%. Agriculture is 3.8%. GDP by each of those sectors, we have agriculture equaling 2.1%, industry of 19%, and services of 78.9%. And as you can see, both the services are equal to more than 50% of the country's GDP, and labor force, which is very similar to that of the United States. The United States has gone from what used to be a manufacturing industry to a very services labor force industry as well. And next we have major exports that include machinery and transportation equipment, plastics, chemicals, beverages, iron and steel, electronics. We also have major imports: machinery and equipment, vehicles, crude oil, aircraft, plastics, and chemicals. And as you can see, chemicals and machinery equipment are on both sides of the exports and imports. And it's very important to note that because they import some of those equipment and chemicals to create more chemicals and to create more machinery and equipment as well, so they can export them. Next, France is the second largest trading nation in Western Europe, which is very important to Western Europe. 77.3% of the population uses the internet in France. In 2010, e-commerce alone accounted for 31 billion euros of the 36.2 billion euros. This is a huge number, as it created only a 5.2 billion euro difference in between what e-commerce produced and what is left for the 5.2 is what was made up by other portions of the purchasing in France. Internet usage was up 19% over last year. 35 million people ages 15 years and older are using the internet, with a total of 932 million hours on the internet in France. That is a huge number. Google was the most popular site, along with Microsoft sites and Orange sites. They were the most visited. And again, I just want to point out the large number that we see that e-commerce accounted for their total spending. And then these are the references that I used to make this. And thank you very much.